Over the last couple of decades, American manufacturers have fled the United States looking for cheaper labor overseas. At Ripon Athletic, we decided to stay, and for the last 22 years, our family of employees have carried on the tradition of making affordable, quality athletic team uniforms right here in Berlin, Wisconsin. That tradition started with two companies, Sand Knit, the original designer to the pros, which started in 1921, and Ripon Award Jackets, which started in 1949. Ripon Athletic carries that tradition today and into the future by manufacturing quality uniforms, jackets, and fleecewear worn by many high school, college, and professional sport teams. You may not recognize our name, but some of your favorite teams wear our uniforms with pride. Regardless of the level of performance, Ripon Athletic believes that quality goes into each garment, whether it's worn by a local high school player or in front of a nationally televised crowd on game day. At Ripon Athletic, we believe that we can beat the overseas competition by dedicating ourselves to our customers and helping them achieve their team apparel needs. Quality-made uniforms, unmatched customer service, and a hard-working group of Americans willing to take on foreign manufacturers and prove that we can do it better in the U.S.A. Join us in showing the world that American manufacturing is alive and well. Ripon Athletic, professional quality, greater performance.
Hi, good morning. My name is Hank Derleith. I'm a retired president of Ripon Athletic and currently the chairman of the board. This is Luke Ott, who is our Ripon Athletic National Sales Manager. And we're here to talk a little bit about Ripon Athletic and where we've come from and the history of the company. When we look at the history of Ripon Athletic, it's really the story of two companies. The first is Sand Knit, which was established in 1921 in Chicago, Illinois, and the second company that's involved is Ripon Jacket or Ripon Athletic, which we'll talk about in just a minute. The Sand Knit company was established by John Sand in 1921. He operated the company there until 1953. In 1953, he relocated the business to Berlin, Wisconsin. One of the kind of motivators behind the scenes for that was that he owned a home on Green Lake, which he totally enjoyed. He enjoyed the area, so it made a good motivation for him to do that. The company thrived and did well. In 1960, John sold the company to Medalist Industries. Medalist Industries operated the business here in Berlin, Wisconsin until 1984. I started with the company in 1963, and I started in essence with working as a customer service assistant sales manager, which involved traveling, meeting customers, being involved with the catalog work, and handling customer service business in the plant. Both businesses have historically for years counted on the growth of their business by producing really good quality products and backing up with customer service that is driven by the kind of the golden rule philosophy. We always try to treat our customers pretty much the way we would want to be treated if we were ordering uniforms or handling them, or if we get a set of uniforms and something isn't quite the way we want, we
take care of any issues that arise.
I guess in fact we're kind of known as really good problem solvers. That's part of the thing. But anyway, I started in 1963 in the sales department. In 1966-67, John Sand was no longer involved in the company, and it really needed to have somebody in the management part of the business become more knowledgeable in terms of just general textile information. So I went back to graduate courses at Philadelphia College of Textiles and Science, took courses in yarn manufacturing, fabric analysis, dyeing and finishing, pattern making, knitting technology. When I came back, I got involved with the manufacturing side of the business. Spent several years as manufacturing manager. In 1972, became president and general manager of Sandnet, which was a division of Medalist at the time, and then did that until 1984. In 1984, Medalist sold the company to McGregor Sporting Goods, and at that time I left the company. And in Ripon, Wisconsin was a company that was founded in 1949 called Ripon War Jacket Company, or Ripon Jacket as they typically did business with. It was founded by Carl Doling, who was a retired athletic director from Ripon College, who wanted to have something else to do. And in fact, when I bought the business from Carl, he was like 82 years old and still out on the road traveling, calling on customers. So he was glad to move out of it and so forth. So we took over. We were making primarily award jackets and nylon jackets, but being familiar with athletic uniforms and having that history in the past, decided to go back into the uniform business. And so we basically, by adding the athletic uniforms to the award jackets and nylon jackets that were already there, we changed the name to Ripon Athletic to cover the broader scope of the type of garments that we were going to be making, because now we were going to be going back into making football uniforms, basketball uniforms, baseball uniforms, wrestling, cross-country, track, and so forth. So in 1984, I think we had like 9 employees in a plant of about 1,500 square feet. By 1987, with the addition of the uniform lines, we were looking for a bigger facility. And so there was a facility here in Berlin, Wisconsin that we moved into for several years. And in 1992, this building, because McGregor had some issues and then moved out of the business, we with the help of some local investors,
Yep.
we came and acquired this building and the machinery and equipment. After we acquired the Sandnet building in 1992, then we were able to, number one, retain a lot of the employees with the knowledge and the skill that was required to make these kind of uniforms, and B, satisfy some of the needs from the team dealers that were looking for custom athletic uniforms. It worked. A lot of it had to do, I think, with the relationships we had, but it also had to do with the quality of the products that we made, the timing of them, and so forth. And when we talk about those type of products, I think it kind of starts with our ability to make and manufacture and serve teams at the highest level. So whether they were teams in the National Football League, National Basketball Association, or Major League Baseball, which Sandnet had a lion's share of those teams over the years. And so I know at one time with Sandnet we were doing 28 of the 32 National Football League teams, and we were doing many colleges throughout the country. And at one point in time, we were making the uniforms for all the teams in the Southwest Conference, and some of that had to do with, a good deal of that had to do with the representation that we had there at the time and the dealers that we had at the time. But it was a reflection of the fact that the products were of such quality that we were able to service and handle and maintain that business. In other words, the products were made well enough that they were the top quality of what was made out in the industry to sell to those types of teams. And that drifted down, whether it was to the college business or to the high schools, and we're still
well known for that. We still work with
still
professional teams. We work with college teams.
Yeah,
and we work with the high school teams, and we treat everybody the same.
Yeah. And hence the moniker. I think we still use the moniker of professional quality, greater performance.
Yeah.
We still use that. Anyway, the business continued to grow based on that. I think the reputation, the products, and the service. And as it grew, we had to expand and add facilities. And in in 2006, we acquired another building that was directly behind us, and we moved the production of our award jackets, nylon jackets, and we have added a line of fleecewear type products into that building. It brings the employment level up. We're currently employ about anywhere from 160 to 170 employees, depending on the time of the year, in the sense that we're busier some months than other months.
Yep.
At the time when we acquired the buildings here in 1992, I did have a partner at that time, and the partner was of the age where he wanted to retire, and he had some family, but none of them were involved in the business. On the other hand, our family, we had one daughter and 3 sons that were involved in the business. So our family basically bought my partner out, and at that point in time we decided to make this a family business. So Ripon Athletic is maintained and run as a family business. As such, it's really important to us that whatever products we make, that they're made as very best they can, and that if ever anybody has a problem or issue with them, they'll know that we will take care of the uniforms. The other part is that if we talk to a customer and say, we're going to ship it to you in 4 weeks or 5 weeks, or if you call this week and the order's been here for a little while, and we say, okay, we can handle it and we'll ship by the end of the week, because we control all the processes, we can be more accurate in terms of what we do. Some companies have a really fancy or detailed mission or whatever.
Statement.
Ours is pretty simple. Our mission is to be in the manufacturing business and stay in business over the long term, and grow at a sustainable rate over a long period of time.
We're in it for the long relationship. Our customers are sporting good dealers that we work with. We're exclusive. We don't have everybody open. We're very exclusive in territories across the country, and we try to do that to maintain that long-term relationship, because we are one of the very few custom uniform companies left in the U.S. where we're making product in the U.S. Being able to be from start to finish everything here in Berlin, Wisconsin, we are set for that. Long-term wise, we want to stay in that same mission statement where we want to stay in business. We want to be a manufacturer. We want to provide great quality product. We know that there's always technology coming around the corner, but we want to be able to bring that quality product, that performance product that people are looking for day in and day out, and that's what we strive for on a regular day here at Ripon Athletic.
In the design room, Ripon Athletic employees create custom patterns to suit our customers' needs. Each order is evaluated for style number, size range, and quantities before the pattern work is started. Each piece in a uniform pattern can be customized to ensure a better fitting and more superior performing garment. Once the pattern work is completed, the design room will prepare the file for the factory. Any pattern can either be printed on paper in the traditional marker style, or an electronic file can be created which will be used by the auto cutter that we will look at in a later part of our tour. One of Ripon Athletic's newest products, Die Fuse, uses a file created by the design room to construct the uniform. Ripon Athletic has a unique advantage over our competition. That is our in-house knitting department. This area can create a multitude of knitted fabrics to meet the customer requirements. The machines in this department range from the original knitting machines that were used by Sand Knit all the way to modern knitting machines that can perform many different functions. Our expert knitters craft fabrics for side inserts, braid that can be used in several different types of uniforms like basketball, football, and many more. Custom production runs are used to provide our jacket department with the knit trims used on cuffs, inserts, or waistbands. Ripon Athletic also knits its own fabric that is used exclusively for our baseball and softball pant production. This material, known as DuraStretch, is exceedingly durable, easy to clean, and able to take the punishment of sliding into a base. Die fuse is a newer production method currently used by Ripon Athletic. Commonly known as sublimation in the garment industry, our die fuse process starts by taking the electronic file created in the design room and breaking down that file into the individual garment sizes. Then, the customer's artwork is created by our artist and overlaid on the pattern pieces. When the file is completed, the file is printed onto special paper using a combination of ink colors. Once the print job is done, the paper roll is then taken out to the heat press for final preparation. At the heat press, the die fuse pattern roll is fed into the press along with a white polyester material. This material is designed for ultimate sports performance, being lightweight, comfortable, and moisture manageable. The ink is heated to over 400 degrees. At that point, the ink turns into a gas and is absorbed by the material. The ink in gas form is infused into the material and becomes part of the finished product. Die fuse products offer a larger variety of color combinations, including neon. Ripon Athletic's in-house art department can take any customer logo, script, or artwork and transform it into a die fuse garment. The cutting department at Ripon Athletic uses multiple techniques. The first is the traditional paper marker layup. The employee takes the paper marker printed out in the design room and lays it on the top of the material. Once the length of the material is checked, the employees can lay down multiple layers of material in order to cut the various sizes required by the order. Each paper marker comes with a complete set of instructions for the cutter, including type of material to be used, how many layers of materials can be laid up at one time, and also the order number, piece name, and size. Once the cutter finishes setting up the multiple layers of material, the paper marker is placed on top and the stack can be cut using either a circular saw or larger band saw. The second type of cutting operation is used by small orders in our die fuse product. Once the die fuse ink has been infused into the material, the pattern is laid out on the table and cut using a circular saw. In this operation, every piece has to be done separately and requires careful attention by the operator to ensure the pieces are accurate. The third type of cutting operation is the auto cutter. At this station, the electronic pattern files created in the design room are transferred via the network to a computer on the auto cutter. The employee opens the file, chooses the correct material from the rack, lays the material on the moving bed in a single layer, and finally covers the material with a thin protective plastic. A built-in vacuum under the bed is then used to hold the material and plastic in place while the moving cutting head comes across the table and cuts out the individual pieces. As the cutter progresses, the cut pieces are moved to the end of the moving bed belt and the employee picks the pieces out and separates them according to style, size, and pattern type. The sewing department is the largest production area at Ripon Athletic. The production area is comprised of a large group of employees that varies in age, skill level, and years of service. Customer orders come into the department in large totes that carry all the pieces needed to assemble each garment. Here, the garments undergo a multi-step process that sews the pieces together and creates the final shape of the uniform out of its many pieces. Whether the order is a one garment fill-in or a quantity of 100 uniforms, the sewing department handles all of the assembly work. The embroidery department at Ripon Athletic offers a wide range of services to our customers. Artwork provided by the customer can be digitized on-site to allow for last-minute changes to a logo, school name, or other designs. Digitizing is the process by which a customer file can be electronically turned into a stitch file that can be used by our various embroidery machines. This allows our customer a one-stop service for all of their embroidery needs. Ripon Athletic's embroidery department supports multiple layer and color embroidery designs, creating patches for the customer that can be sewn on at a later date or during the production of the uniform, and also traditional scripting a variety of fonts for personal names, school team names, and specialty scripts. The embroidery lettering method is used across all of our style platforms, including athletic uniforms, jackets, fleecewear, and banners. The imprint department at Ripon Athletic offers another lettering method that is still popular in today's production of uniforms. Imprint, also commonly known as screen printing, is the process of applying a thick ink compound onto the material through a cutout mesh screen. The screen allows the ink to soak through to the material only in places where the mesh has been opened. These openings are in the shape of various numbers, letters, sleeve striping, and names. After the application of the ink, each garment is then put through a heated oven where the ink is baked onto the garment. This process helps cure the ink to the material to prevent the ink from coming off during practices, games, or repeated washings. The tackle tool department offers an additional lettering method. The process involves using an adhesive-backed woven polyester fabric that can be laid up to 3 layers thick on the cutting table. Each layer can be a separate color, as is often used in Ripon's Kiss Cut font, which allows the number, name, or letters to be seen in a 3-color 3D style. As in the autocutter use, a strong vacuum holds the fabric down to the table while the automatic cutting head reads the file and cuts out the appropriate pieces. The tackle twill files are created in the Ripon Athletic Art Department. Each file is custom crafted to fulfill the customer's request. Once the file is complete, the pieces are hand cut, removed from the table, and then sorted by order number. Hand operators separate the various levels on each piece to allow the colors to show through. The individual tackle twill pieces are then laid out onto each garment by hand. Hand application of the material allows for the modifications per garment based on the customer order. When the pieces are in place, a heat press is used to adhere the tackle twill pieces to the garment. Once the pieces have been heat pressed to each garment, the order is taken onto the sewing floor where each piece will be sewn directly onto the uniform. The operator will use a traditional zigzag stitch to firmly attach each number, letter, or name to the garment. The operators not only sew around the outside of the pieces, but also around each layer of the pieces and the inside borders. This process allows the uniform to stand up to extreme wear and tear without coming off. A newer development in tackle twill is our stretch twill product, which allows for a greater give in the uniform where the stretch twill is applied. Each finished product at Ripon Athletic undergoes scrutiny in the inspection department. All of our garments are inspected by hand. Each inspector is looking for loose threads, garments that may have been created poorly, or imperfections in the material. Our inspectors also ensure that the right names and numbers were placed on the order, the right size range was produced, and also that the uniform meets the customer's expectation. Products that do not pass Ripon's high standards are returned to the production to correct the issue or to have the garment remade. Garments that pass inspection and meet Ripon Athletic's high quality standards are bagged for the customer order and sent to shipping. In addition to our athletic line of products, Ripon Athletic also produces a large variety of award and nylon jackets, fleecewear, sweaters, banners, stadium blankets, and sideline apparel under our Ripon Jackets brand label. The creation of these product lines follows the same stringent dedication to detail and quality as the athletic product line. From the design phase through the final shipping phase of production, the talented employees of Ripon Jacket brand want to ensure that each garment meets and exceeds our customers' expectation. Need a traditional high school award jacket with custom created chenille letters and names, or a fleece hoodie to keep warm, or maybe a waterproof nylon jacket to help fend off the weather? Ripon Jacket has a capability to meet our customers' needs.
My name is Julie Truchinsky. I've been working at Ripon Athletics for, it'll be 26 years in August. 5 years at Sand Knit. I put the Ripon Athletic labels on the shirts and the pants, and hot press labels on too.
My name's Gloria Larson. I've been at Ripon Athletic for 15 years and Sand Knit for almost 14 years. I'm a single needle girl, and I do pants and some shirts, zippers, pockets, anything that needs to be put on single needle. And I can do other operations also, like serge or zigzag, whatever they need me to do.
It started off as a real small company. When I first started off, I think it was, they might have had 20 to 25 people. And it's and it was at a different place in Berlin here, and then I think it was 4 years after I started, they moved down here, and it's been growing ever since.
I started here when I was 16 because I wanted to save money to buy a car. And I'm still here because it's in my hometown and it's a nice family business. They treat you well. We did the breast cancer awareness for Community Health Network and Bellin Health. We did a dinner and a bake sale, and we raised almost $2,000, and we split it between the two charities.
We've had a couple girls that's had breast cancer and has gone through the treatment.
And they got to choose where they wanted the money to go because they were treated at those hospitals.
My name is Bonnie Nelson, and I do several duties at Ripon Athletic. I'm a supervisor, and I also do samples for new products that come in, and I put routing sheets together for the sewing floor, and I help train the girls on the floor. I actually started in October of 1970 for Sand Knit, and I have worked 44 years in the sewing industry. I took a little bit of break from here, but the product always draws me back, so I've been back here for Ripon Athletic for the last 12 years. One of the reasons that I've been here for 44 years is the family atmosphere here. They don't restrict you so much from what you do. It's not like punch in and do this and that. I have been given a lot of freedom to stretch above and beyond and use my skills in the way that I think that I can that's good for the company. And the company here, they are very family oriented and they are very supportive in letting you do that. So it's not like a 9-to-5 job for me. To me, it's exciting because our product line is so diverse and it's always interesting. I'm never doing the same thing twice in any given day, so it makes it more fun that way. The girls out there do a tremendous job in the efforts that they do for the charity work. We've had several that have had breast cancer of the employees, and so they always step up to the plate and put together the bake sales and the potlucks, and then we all donate our money and our time to help out with that. And so then they donate to different charities, and sometimes we do it just for the individual employee and just give them the money to help them get through tough times. And we do that quite regularly here. At Christmas time, we donate to the animal shelter as well as the food banks, the local community food banks. So we do that as well as the other fundraisers that we do. When we watch the big games on TV and you know that it's on national TV, it's exciting to know that I had a part, and our company and all of my coworkers have had a part in making those uniforms. It makes it fun and exciting to watch that, and you take a lot of pride in what you've done. I just think that the company, the owners of the company, are very down to earth, and they're good at giving you that pat on the back. They're good at giving you the little freedom to stretch yourself and do more for them. They reward you in small ways as well as monetary. It's not all about the job and the money. It's about the things that we're able to do, and to see sometimes they'll get together a bus for a baseball game or something, and we'll go, or sometimes we can go to a football game as a company, as a group, which is always fun to do. So they're always good about giving you that extra pat on the back and letting you know you do a good job. It's very important that our uniforms are American made in the U.S.A. To me is very important. I would like to see more and more of that come back into the United States. So any opportunity that I get, if I see someone who comes through, and if I had a chance, I always thank them for buying made in the USA. It keeps jobs here, it keeps people employed, a small communities. This company here supports several of the surrounding small communities, and so it's very important that we keep that American made here. The quality of our product is something that we take a lot of pride in as the workers, both on the floor and the managing group. there's a lot of stitching that goes into those garments to make sure that they are wearable for a long period of time. The fabric that we get in is very much tested and goes through strengths tests to make sure that it passes certain standards. And so it's not only just the fabric, but it's the way that we put it together that gives it the sturdiness that we want.
My name's Red Batty. I've been in the professional sports for 42 years. I've been in all various types of locker rooms. I've seen all various types of product. And you know what? I've been proud to share the name Ripon Athletic with a lot of my cohorts in the business, and a lot of them have come on board because they know quality. And when you know quality and you feel quality, you're going to be in the right hands, and Ripon Athletic can provide that for you. In America and in the world, we all touch a lot of product, but to see the product made from start to finish, that in itself is an education. If you have the opportunity to come here and be involved in the production of this product, from the raw goods to the cutting and sewing, to the assembly of the uniform, to the final product when it's put in the box and delivered to your institution, you'll feel the pride of Ripon Athletic in every single uniform you see. But more important of all, you can come here and see that produced. You have the ability to do that. That's the personal touch that Ripon Athletic will give you when you're upon their doors and on their production line and on their field. You'll feel it. There's nothing better than having a product that's made in the USA. And right here at Ripon Athletic, you have the capability of doing that. You really do. There's a lot of pride in the product that's made here at the factory, and every piece of the garment is produced in the United States of America. And that in itself is pride. So how we doing? How's quality control today?
Wonderful.
You know, there's all various levels of quality. What level do you want to get to? If you want the top level of quality, come on the Ripon Athletic. You're going to feel it, you're going to see it, and you're going to touch it, and you're going to know it every time you put that uniform on, or every time that athlete puts that uniform on. The quality is in the product. It's in the people producing the product. It's in the people monitoring the product, overseeing the product. The quality is throughout the factory. The quality just comes out and grabs you. It's in the bricks. The quality is here at Ripon Athletic. You good?
I'm doing good.
Awesome. You know, when I walked in this building 21 years ago, I met Shirley. She's guided me all through my 21 years. Whenever I don't find things right, I just find Shirley. She'll make it right. You know, we all want to pay attention to service. We want to pay attention to all aspects of service. And customer service is very important to me. And I know when I'm here, I feel the customer service. From the time I walk in that door, from the time I see myself getting handled, and not just myself, I watch them handle other people, because you can learn a lot. And it's always consistent. That's the beauty of it all. It's very consistent at Ripon Athletic. Customer service is their top priority. And I'm not just saying that, I mean that. You'll feel it. You'll feel the customer service, and you'll feel the pride in the family business that Ripon Athletic provides.
You be good.
You do good.
Yourself.
All right, thank you.
My name is Pat Schwanke. I'm the football coach at Appleton East. I've been the coach at East for 23 years. This will be year 24, the head coach, and I've coached high school football for 31 years. The reason why we go with Ripon is, and there's a number of factors that are involved. The biggest factor is the durability of the jersey. We order a football jersey once every 4 years, and that jersey has to last me 16 plus. So not only do we use that jersey as a varsity game jersey for 4 years, we'll use it as a JV game jersey for 4 years, a freshman jersey for 4 years, and then I'll get 4 more years out of it as a practice jersey. So it's just a great, durable product. And if you've ever seen the process of them being made, you'll understand why. Because of the quality they put into the product, the time and the workmanship used to create the product. We're also in Ripon jerseys because the customer service can't be matched. We had a young man in a football game that had to have his jersey cut off one week. We needed that jersey replaced by the next week. I had it on my doorstep on Wednesday. Call Luke or call the people here at Ripon, and you're going to get what you want as soon as you need it. So it's great. So it's a durable product. We have great customer service. The people here will do anything for you. They're just outstanding people. It's almost like they're a part of your coaching staff in that they're going to handle that part of the business that you don't have to worry about. Another great factor about the Ripon jersey is it's made right here in the United States. I'm not getting a jersey shipped in from Taiwan or China. Not only is it helping the American economy, but it also helps the local economy and the Wisconsin economy. And as a high school coach in Wisconsin, I want to make that purchase that not only helps my players look good, but also helps everybody in our whole state, country, and community. You know, one of the things, that if you've ever come to Ripon for a tour, you have to go in the back, and everybody pauses when you walk by and they say hello to you, which to me is a sign that they're not only great people that work here, but they also treat the people well. You'll walk through with Luke or one of the sales reps, and you're going to walk through and everybody knows everybody's name, and everybody's smiling, everybody's got 2 minutes to share with you about the process and their part in the process, which makes it feel like home. You know, it's like a family here at Ripon Athletic. You know, one of the great things is if you come for a tour of the plant and can see the process, or if you see this video and see the process, the thing that's most impressive is they start from the thread and build your jersey from the thread to the end point when you get it in a box. And until you see that process, you don't understand the workmanship that goes into it. From the ladies that are sewing the pieces to the people who are putting on the numbers, to the lady who computerizes the different parts of the process. It's just fascinating, and it demonstrates how much they care about the product they're creating for you, which to me is very important. You know, years ago, when I first got the head coaching job, in a different company's jersey, and we switched to Ripon because I was able to come down and see the process and understand what goes into making a jersey, what goes into making a jersey of quality, and what goes into making a jersey in our state and our country. And once I saw that, hands down, I knew I was getting the best quality product on the market, and it's made by Ripon.
One-piece fill-in orders are available. At Ripon Athletic, there are no minimum quantities required for purchase. We can handle a one-piece fill-in order to a several hundred piece per order. Customers who bought a set of uniforms in the past from us are thrilled to be able to come back and purchase one garment to replace a damaged jersey or to help cover an addition to the team. We do not believe in service charges stopping a customer from getting that one uniform. Employees can work one day on a set of uniforms for a professional sport team and the next day on a set for a local high school team. Whether it's for professional, college, high school, junior high, or recreational teams, our employees put the same dedication and work ethic into creating a great end product. At Ripon Athletic, we believe that professional quality inspires greater performance. At Ripon Athletic, we believe in developing personal relationships with our customers in order to better understand their needs. Our customer service department works hard to help the customer understand their order, recommend changes if needed, and are there to answer any questions that our customers may have. When a customer calls Ripon Athletic, they speak with a live person and do not get stuck on an automated voice attendant or on hold for long periods of time. Reaching our customer is very important.